Hi, this is Michelle Gramoglia, the President and CEO here at Woodland Pond, and this is my weekly address for a Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. I've got quite a list of things to go over today on my weekly address, and I think I'm going to start with just an update on actually some restrictions that we have going on right now in skilled nursing. Out of an abundance of caution, because we have seen an uptick of some viruses and so forth in the health center and actually just on campus in general, we have made the decision to put the entire skilled nursing unit on what's called droplet precautions. So you can still visit. Of course, you have to check in with reception, as you always have to, and you do need to wear a mask if you visit skilled nursing right now. But if you were to go visit, you are going to see that all of the residents do require that you wear full PPE if you do go visit them. We do have 5 or 6 residents right now that do have tested positive for COVID. That's not totally unusual. And we have, normally residents in independent living that are testing positive for COVID, other viruses at any given time, staff members as well. I think we have 1 or 2 residents in assisted living right now that have tested positive for COVID as well. It's very common. It's not unusual, but because we are concerned, we don't want anything to spread, we have contacted the New York State Department of Health and indicated to them that we prophylactically and voluntarily have decided to put all of the residents in skilled nursing on droplet precautions. Just about all, if not 100% of our residents are fully vaccinated, boosted, and up to date on their vaccines, not just for COVID, but also for the flu and RSV. We are seeing a few symptoms here and there. The residents are, of course, being given options as they test positive for anything, whether it's the flu or COVID or anything, to speak with primary care physicians to find out if they're candidates for Tamiflu if it's the flu, or for Paxlovid if it's COVID, and certainly be given access to that. And we're making sure that, folks have access to any kind of medications, antivirals, those kinds of things. This is a really good reminder that hand washing, distancing, all those kinds of things are the best ways to keep healthy. And, if you're not feeling well, make sure you stay in and let us know. We can help and make sure that everybody stays healthy. Now, that being said, let's go into the normal things that we cover in the weekly address. Some really exciting announcements out of our health center activities department. Sue Close, who is the activities director that started with us maybe about 7 or 8 months ago, has really been doing a lot to really enhance the activities programming in the health center. And if you have not seen the fantastic 2024 calendar that the residents and staff of the activities department curated for public distribution, you really should see it. So these are some of the examples of the art that's included in the calendar. And the artists are the actual residents. These calendars were given as gifts to all of the residents of the health center as part of their holiday gift, but they are available for sale to the public. And if you look closely, you'll see that there's a resident profile of each artist. So their art is contained here, and then there's a resident profile. And the calendars are $10 a piece. They can be purchased and charged back to your if you're a resident, to your monthly bill here at Woodland Pond. They can be paid, I believe, in cash or by check. You can check with concierge or reception, or you can let me know via email if you're interested. And if you're a staff member, you can charge that through a payroll deduction or put that on your declining balance. So those are beautiful calendars for 2024, and the proceeds go to the Alzheimer's Association. The next thing that the activities department wants you to know is that they're going to be doing singing telegrams for Valentine's Day. That is going to be done through, that'll be $3, and you can do those through again, a payroll deduction if you're an employee, or you can charge that to your Woodland Pond bill. But they're going to go door to door with Valentine's singing telegrams, and they're going to be called Valentunes. I think this is so creative and so fun. Again, that's coming out of the Health Center Activities Department, but those can be done anywhere on campus. So Sue, great job coming up with that, and your team. You guys are doing a great job. And then there's going to be a Mardi Gras parade put on by that activities department as well, with little floats. And it's going to be on February 13th at 10:30 a.m. and more to come on that. So great job, Sue and company. Some things from the independent living activities department coming from Gretchen. Tomorrow we have our next scheduled Death Cafe. And I know that this is something that folks might feel a little bit intimidated about based on the title. But this is being put on in conjunction with the Mental Health and Wellness Committee. As you know, we like to schedule things monthly, if possible, with outside facilitators and speakers. This is put on by the Circle of Friends for the Dying of the Hudson Valley. And these are safe places where people of all beliefs can gather to express their feelings about issues of mortality. There are refreshments served, cafe style. You sit around and you talk about all issues related to mortality. You should sign up with concierge to attend. Right now we have 22 people signed up. Immediately following that Death Cafe, there will be a SUSCOM meeting at 3 p.m. That was supposed to be at 2, that got moved to 3 to accommodate for the Death Cafe. SUSCOM meeting tomorrow is going to be great. We're going to kick off 2024. We've got a packed agenda. New on the agenda for 2024, we're going to be talking about a really exciting opportunity for this year. We are going to be putting together a Woodland Pond specific sustainability action plan. We've never taken everything that we're doing and really putting it down into a concrete action plan. We'd love to have new residents there, residents that have been here for a while but really want to get into the nitty gritty on sustainability. Please join us tomorrow at 3. Also, in the theme of sustainability, we have a repair cafe on Saturday from 11 to 3 p.m. in the PAC. If you're not familiar with what a repair cafe is, that is where you can bring any item that needs repair, and we've got volunteers that will be there to help you repair that item. So if you've got a lamp that needs repairing, or maybe a knife that needs sharpening, that's a big one. Maybe something that needs a button sewn back onto it. We've got volunteers that will be there for our repair cafe. We usually see somewhere between 50 and 70 items that get repaired on that day for free. So you can bring items between 11 and 3 p.m. in the PAC. And this is something that we do to keep things out of the landfill. So bring your items that need repair on Saturday to the PAC. On Sundays, scheduled musical treats and sweets concert that will be starting at 2 p.m. instead of 1:30 as the calendar shows. So if you could just make note of that. Again, that is Sunday's musical treats and sweets will start at 2 instead of at 1:30. And then one more final upcoming note for your calendar on Sunday, January 28th at 2 p.m. in the PAC. We will be celebrating Mozart's birthday with local piano students. We'll be putting on piano music. It will be for Mozart's birthday, but they will include music from Mozart, Haydn, and Beethoven. There will be, oh, that is the same thing. It's the sweets and the desserts and the music on Sunday. Okay, so now some non-calendar items that are of great interest to folks. We have got our new IT manager. He has joined us today. His name is Terrell Fairley, and he will be the manager of information technology and cybersecurity here on campus. And he will also act in the role as the resident technology assistant. So if you have any information technology needs, so if you are a staff member or a resident and you need help with technology related stuff, you're going to call for Terrell. He is located in the same office that Tanya Reyes was in. and right outside where Ryan, the RTA, sat. In order to get in touch with Terrell, you're going to go to the concierge, or you're going to call concierge and let them know that you need to put in a ticket for technology help. Terrell is smiley and is very ready to help everyone. So look forward to meeting Terrell. He's got a tie on today and a plaid shirt. So if you see him, make sure you introduce yourself, and we will get him rocking and rolling on helping you all out. He will also be working with the Resident Technology Committee to delegate where they can help you with things. So it's going to be a great team effort there. The interfaith meditation room is getting back up and running. This is something that has been sort of mothballed since before COVID. And this is at the efforts of, I know Pat Hauk is working on it a great deal with our environmental services team. Rob Dunn is working with Pat, as well as a few others, to get it spruced up, aired out, and ready for us. This came about because the Mental Health and Wellness Committee had our first official committee meeting 2 weeks ago in January, and we've been putting together our ideas and goals for this year. And one of the things that we have been really trying to focus on is getting together a safe opportunity for our caregivers here at Woodland Pond. So the significant others or spouses of those folks that are acting in a caregiver role, to have a place to go and talk on a monthly basis. And we have identified that we're going to be adding a calendar item every month, and it's going to be called Caregiver Space. Again, Caregiver Space. You will see that on the calendar. I believe the first one is going to actually make it on as soon as in February. And what that's going to be is it's going to be a discussion time with a specific topic, where our caregivers can get together, and there's not going to be an outside facilitator. We're going to have someone from within Woodland Pond. There's going to be a specific topic for each discussion. We're going to pick a topic for each discussion, and then it's just going to be free discussion. It's going to be confidential, and it's going to take place in the interfaith meditation room, which is located right off the elevator as you go into assisted living. There's beautiful photography in there by Steve Jordan, and it's a really nice, quiet space, and that's where those discussions will happen. One of the things that we found was really important was that while that discussion is happening, we are going to be making time and space for the residents that need to be cared for to simultaneously be cared for, so that the caregivers can go and have their time, but not be worried about their loved one. So it's going to be really nicely coordinated. We're really excited. So the interfaith meditation room is getting spruced up and ready for that to happen. Let's see. The next thing is related to the on-campus refurbishment activity. So this is something that's happening simultaneously with the due diligence that we're doing for a possible expansion offsite. You should have all received in your email and in your cubbies a copy of a survey that was put out last Friday. The deadline for that survey to be returned, I believe, is this coming Friday. So if you haven't returned that survey yet, please do that. There are going to be many surveys throughout the process, both on the offsite expansion, on the on-campus refurbishment. This is just the very first one. This one is very broad, and it's just about the community building, okay? We're asking you about spaces in the community building. I've looked at the first round of the surveys that we've gotten back. You just got to read it really carefully, because there's a question, I think it's the second question, asked about dining. It's really clear on there that it's asking about dining spaces and changes that you'd like to see made. A lot of people are providing feedback about dining food changes. We're asking about dining spaces. So please just be careful when you're sending those responses in to make sure that you're reading them carefully. We're asking you, what do you want to see different about dining spaces? So like, do you want to see like a walkthrough type option, like a cafeteria style, or do you want to see like a grab and go kind of thing, like a food court? But at any rate, we really want to get as many of those surveys back, and you can live in the health center, you can live in independent living, you can be a family member, you can be a staff member. There's no limit as to who can complete that survey, but we need the surveys back to concierge by this Friday, please. The tax letters that all of you receive related to your potential income tax benefits will be ready at concierge this Friday. Everyone should plan on picking up your tax letters and getting them to your tax preparer as soon as possible. There can be possibly a very significant income tax benefit to you just because you are a resident and pay fees to Woodland Pond. So please don't forget about that. You don't want to leave potential tax benefit dollars on the table. So please make it a priority to pick those up at concierge starting this Friday. And the last thing that I want to announce is we are working really hard as a community and as an executive team to get as much flexibility and as many seats into the main dining room as possible. So there's a couple of things that we're working on, and any day now we are going to be announcing that at 4:45 and at 6:15 very soon we're going to be allowing up to 3 full tables worth of walk-in seating. So again, that's going to be at 4:45 and at 6:15 every day for dinner. So that's Monday through Saturday. There will be 12 seats of walk-ins at least, plus possibly more. So those would be, you will not need reservations for those seats. And it's not happening just yet. We're just trying to get the table situated. But we had committed to staffing up and also adding tables so that those 2 seatings, which are, where we have actual availability, that we will be able to allow for walk-ins. This will allow for some more flexibility and certainly additional seating. We can do that because at those seatings, we don't have that, increased demand. And I believe, and I will confirm this with Amy, and we will announce this in the Chanticleer, I believe that those 3 additional tables, which would be 12 additional seats, will be added for reservations at the 5:30 seating. I could be wrong about that. So don't hold me on that one, but at any rate, we're going to definitely have walk-ins for those 12 seats at 4:45 and 6:15 coming very, very soon. So that will definitely help those that, really prefer that flexibility. So lots and lots of good stuff on the agenda and on the, on the horizon here for 2024. So keep the participation coming in these committees, keep the feedback coming. We're listening to you. We're really excited about everything that's coming on the horizon, and you know where to find me. Have a great day. Thank you.